the driver's best friend, empty space. Around the car, it provides a form of protection. It won't keep others away, but it allows time to react. It's a little like money in the bank, something that's there when we need it. This session is all about space. Not up there, but around us when we drive. In front of the car, on both sides, and behind. This is one of the more common crashes. Last year, there were about 250,000 of them. And all of them could have been prevented with space by just giving ourselves a little more of it. We are the only ones who control the space ahead. That's why the law holds the vehicle behind responsible for rear-end collisions. It doesn't matter if the vehicle ahead stops suddenly without any warning, or why it stopped. If we're far enough back, we'll have time to stop gradually, and so will the car behind us. The faster we go, the more room we'll need to stop, and the further behind we need to be. There's an easy way to find a safe distance at any speed. It's called the 2-second rule, and it goes like this. When the car ahead passes some point, like a pavement marking, we'll count off 2 seconds. 1 1001, 1 1002. If we reach the same point before we finish 1002, we're too close. Let's try. Ready? 1001. No wonder we crashed. Let's go back to the second scene. Ready? 1001, 1002. That's why we were able to stop in time.
Allowing enough space helps prevent situations like this. It also smooths out traffic flow by avoiding starts and stops that stall traffic.
But there are times when a greater distance is warranted. One is on a wet or slippery surface where we can't stop as quickly. Here, 3 or 4 seconds is appropriate, depending on how slippery the surface is. Another time is when we're following oversized vehicles like trucks, buses, or RVs.
The guy behind sure wants to pass. Opening up a space in front helps him pass safely.
Another good time to open up a little space is when we're following a truck with loose cargo that could fall off, or someone who could fall. Extra following distance is a good idea for people hauling loads that could make their driving a little erratic. And finally, a little extra space is a good idea when we stop behind anyone on a hill. They may drop back a little as they release the brake. Actually, the best following distance is not following at all. Where traffic is sparse, we can drop back far enough to be completely independent of cars ahead. Even if we're not paying the closest attention, we still have plenty of time to respond to anything that happens. Unfortunately, some drivers do this in heavy traffic. They may find it relaxing, but other drivers find it annoying. For one, it reduces the capacity of the road. It's like sending out a train with half the cars empty. For another, it makes for trouble as cars struggle to get around the slowpoke. A 2 to 3 second following distance strikes a good balance between the needs of safety and the need for everyone to get where they're going. Keeping space in front is important not only because there are a lot of rear-end collisions, but because they are collisions we can prevent. We control the space in front of us. Another space that we need to protect is the space to the side. Remember this? With traffic so light, the best way to avoid this kind of problem is not to be close to a car in the next lane in the first place. Pass or drop back. That could happen anytime. It's better to be as far away from parked cars as possible. It not only keeps us away from others, it makes it easier for others to see us. Here, on the other hand, the left side of the lane puts us pretty close to oncoming cars. A thin paint stripe isn't much protection.
What now? We have oncoming traffic on the left and parked cars on the right.
Not much choice but to split the difference and steer a middle course between the two rows of cars. The best way to protect our flank in this case is to give room. This works out best for everyone. There's room to get by, but let's wait. Good thing we did. When we're between a rock and a hard place like that, sometimes it's best to deal with them one at a time. We don't have a lot of control over the space behind us. But what we can do is try to keep a steady pace. When we have to slow down, we try to alert the driver behind.
When we have to stop, we need to pull out of the traffic stream completely.
If we need to parallel park with cars behind us, it's often best to pull straight into the spot and let traffic pass. When the way is clear, we can pull out and really parallel park. Protecting ourselves from a tailgater can be a particular challenge. What we don't want to do is antagonize him by flashing our brake lights or turning on the lights to make him think we're braking. If possible, switch to another lane. If that's not possible, slow down gradually. That will open up space in front and generally encourage passing. It's even worth pulling off the road to get rid of a stubborn case.